Hey guys, this is Crichton with Crichton Media, and today I want to have a little conversation about my experience of content development and video game streaming. This is something that I've just recently decided to take up, and it's been really exciting. I love playing video games, and I'm really excited about technology, so I said, hey, you know what, I can make videos and I can put this stuff together. This is kind of just a starter to what I've learned up to this point. I've only been doing this for about 3 weeks, so I'm not an expert, but I have done a ton of research and I've thought about a lot of it, and I just kind of want to put this out here. Maybe I can get some feedback from you guys or give you some insight as to, you know, what I've learned. The biggest thing, and this is going to be two sides. There's going to be one about YouTube content development and one about Twitch streaming, because originally this started out about just Twitch streaming, and then the more research that I got into said that you need to broaden your ability to generate income. Now the expectation is it's going to take 3 years for you to generate any sort of income that's worth calculating, and I'm fine with that. I invested a little bit of money, and I'll talk about that later in the video, but setting expectations is extremely important, because you don't want to be just left out there and bummed out. Even with expectations set, I still got a little bummed out. Now I was streaming for about a week straight, and I had a schedule going, and I had no followers, none at all. And then I actually reached out to a couple of my friends and said, hey, just, you know, follow me, help me out, whatever. And that kind of helped. But 2 weeks went by and nothing, no followers. I was getting no views at all on my content. It was really starting to drag me down. I was like, am I doing the right thing? And is this what I really want to do? I'm like, no. Like everybody says, this takes a lot of time. You just gotta keep on going, keep on going, keep on going. I think for me, the turning point was realizing that I needed to communicate with other people out there on Twitch, to watch people play their games, talk to them in their chats, go on YouTube and research all these videos on how to get started, what you need to do, the technology you need to do, how you need to do it. And that's really important. I think, you know, you can sit and watch one video and they can tell you, you got to do step number 1, step number 2, step number 3, step number 4. That's not going to work. You can't just do one video. You have to go out and get all these different points of views and put it together in your head that makes sense, and then execute upon it. While I was going through this whole process, I was talking to a player, Sunflower Geek. She's on Twitch, and we were just sitting there talking, and I was telling her, you know, I'm just kind of struggling, and she's like, hey, there's this group. They're called The Infected Family. It's a Discord group. Go check them out. The link is below in my description. And I was like, okay, so I looked that up and joined them, and it's this whole group about helping people promote themselves to getting affiliate with Twitch. And these are genuinely nice people. If you're interested in it, just go to my Twitch channel. You don't have to follow or anything, but just go to Twitch. Look up Crichton, Cryton 2112, and then in my channel description, you'll see The Infected Family. Just click on that. It'll take you to Discord. Sign up if you don't have an account. While you're going through and you're working with people and you're talking with people, what's going to happen is, as long as you've got a schedule going and you're out there, people will start slowly trickling in, more and more and more over time, and you'll start seeing it just ramp up. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like it's just going to start taking off. I only have 16 followers, but just in the past week alone, I started getting a follower a day, and it's just randomly happening. I had 2 one day, and I get just some random people that drop in and start talking, and they disappear and they don't do anything. But the engagement is starting, and that's important. So what you need to do at this point is making sure that your stream is good, that the content that you have is worth sticking around for. Now, I am no expert on this whatsoever. I'm not Ninja, I'm not anybody like that, but this is what I'm doing and this is what I've kind of learned. So number one, I highly suggest getting a capture card. Now, I know spending money to do this stuff is really not the idea, but get a capture card. It really makes things a lot easier when you're not taxing your system and making your video choppy. If somebody goes into your Twitch channel and sees choppy video, they're gone. They're gone. They're not even gonna deal with it. Trust me, my first week, I didn't even have this stuff hammered out right so that I was making my video correct and my video was choppy and it was just done. Second part, and this goes with choppy video. You must have good internet access. I live out in the middle of nowhere in Wisconsin and I don't have the best internet access. So I had to upgrade my internet access to business class. And then even after that, I had to go back and forth with them to get them to give me a next step up just so I could get the right amount of upload. But once I got that, now I'm stable. It's been great for like well over a week now and I haven't had any streaming problems, no drop frame rates, it's good. So step one, get a capture card. Internet is a must. Step three, this is a requirement. Have good audio. There is a webcam out there, Logitech C920, and I'll talk about that again later, has decent audio. But this is the biggest complaint that I got. My wife would watch these videos of mine. She would tell me, she'd give me feedback of what's going on. And what she noticed was that it sounded like I was a half a mile away. She could hear me, she had to turn up the volume, but I sounded far away and it wasn't very clear. Later, I'll be doing reviews of all my equipment, but one piece of equipment that I completely love and am so happy that I got is my, let's see, swing my chair this way. That is my, the blinking red light. That is my blue Yeti Blackout Edition with the blue arm and the pop filter on it. Pop filter was like $6, it's nothing. But that whole setup there is $199. So if you're gonna do YouTube content, you're gonna need a good microphone anyways. And it's just kind of a dual purpose. It's been a great investment. It's really changed the quality of my stream. Number 4 on this list, use a webcam, use a camcorder, use your camera, like just a regular old camera that does video, and put your face up there. Make it personal. Let people see your face, because this isn't Hollywood, right? We don't care about what you look. We care about your personality, but we can't get a personality if we're not seeing your expressions. And that's really, really important. When I'm going through and looking at, I'll usually go on to Twitch and I'll find a game I want to check out, and I will scroll all the way down to the bottom to the 0 views, the 1 views, and the 2 views. And I'll start going, I'll drop in channels, but I will not drop in that channel if I don't see a cam, because to me, it's low engagement. It's like the person doesn't really even care. And that's just my opinion. For the amount of money, $50 that's what I've got right there. You can kind of see it right there. It is a Logitech C920. That's what I was bringing up before about audio. The Logitech C920 is really good. It works well. It's simple to set up, and 1080p, good quality camera, and it's worth it. Now here's the bonus tip. Bonus tip is do your research on setting up your streaming software. There are a bunch of ones out there. There's XSplit, there is original OBS, I call it original OBS. There's the new OBS, and then there is the Elgato game capture. And I use the new OBS. It's like Streamlabs, I believe it's called, and play around with it. Record yourself, test out your audio, make sure you're going through all the steps, and give yourself a couple days of messing around with it, placing things somewhere. Go search up YouTube tutorials about how to add graphics to it and set up goals and stuff like that, just so you know how it works and you understand how things move around in it. Because once you get going in a stream, you don't want to be fumbling around with this. Just tonight, I was playing a match with my friend, and we started talking. I hit go, and I had my BRB, or my getting started screen up, and he popped into my ear and we started talking. I wasn't paying attention, and I just flipped to my cam only, which is just a shot of my head playing the game. It's no game capture at all, and somebody popped in the channel, was like, hey, where's the StarCraft 2 that you guys were playing? And I was like, oh man, I made a mistake, right? So you got to know the system, and that's a really important tip right there. All right, so now that you are doing that, you want to feed your channel, right? You want to get people to come to it. To me, one of the big things, because I already want to do YouTube content, is to get people watching my YouTube channel to come to my Twitch channel, right? So a little bit of a social networking, right? I already use Twitter. I already post up on there, hey, I'm gonna start, or hey, here's my schedule, or my schedule's changed. I use Twitter, I use Facebook. I actually use Hootsuite. If you've never heard of that, it's just kind of, you post something once and then it goes out to all of them. Makes it a little bit easier. So that's where I update my stuff. Sometimes I'll drop funny little things there and there, but YouTube channel is really where I feel I'm gonna do a lot of content. I was not expecting me to be doing something like this, but here I am doing it anyways. So to do that, to get started on that, it's pretty simple. You gotta be able to record it. You don't have to have editing software. I think if you're good enough and you can just sit there and talk about points to point to point to point, it's cheap, I believe anyways. Just for my YouTube setup, I've only invested about $100 total. I bought myself a tripod, which my phone is, my one iPhone X is attached to right now. And then I bought this lapel mic from Best Buy for $50, so that I had good sound. Now, lighting, I just have lamps in here. I mean, I've got, you can see this whited out over here. It's super bright. That is from just a regular lamp. I've got a lamp behind my camera, and then I've just got a little LED strip on the long side that's adding that blue effect. So, pretty simple, and it works. It does what it needs to do. If you guys are interested in this content, then you'll come back, and that's kind of the way it works. It's all about content at that point. As long as it looks good, sounds good, and keeps people interested, it's gonna work out. That's my thoughts of my experience that I've been having in the past few weeks. I'll probably put out some more videos like this as time goes on, learning new things, how I progress through adding to my setup. If you're interested in seeing how that goes and how my journey is, hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, and make sure you get the little bell to ring. And then just pay attention for when that new stuff comes out. I plan on being pretty active here, so hopefully we'll see you around.